Hey, what's good, everybody? It's Kellzhits here. If you are new, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. If you are returning, welcome back. We're here today for another official video. We got a nice little 7-game slate today on this beautiful Friday. So let's get straight into it, y'all. Up first, we got the Clippers versus the Hornets. Spread here is at minus 14 and a half, and the over-under here is set at 214. Man, it's a shame that the Charlotte Hornets got blown out by 20 points against the Brooklyn Nets last game. The Brooklyn Nets and the Clippers here. They've been scoring a lot lately. They've been looking good. They have been 3 out of their last 5 games. They've been winning. They've been, I wouldn't say like a top team in the West or a top team to be threatened by, but they are going to be there in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? The Hornets, on the other hand, they look terrible. They won't be there. This is an easy pick. I will never, I'm not, I no time soon waste my money or put any money on the Hornets at all. Give me the Clippers minus 14 and a half here. James Harden and the boys going to destroy them boys. I'm not going to lie, man. It's a shame that LaMelo's not an all-star, but their team is terrible still. Next up, we got the Dallas Mavericks versus the Detroit Pistons. The spread here is at minus 1.5, and the over-under here is set at 228. The Dallas Mavericks escaped in New Orleans Pelicans last game. They won by 1. The spread was minus 1.5, so they didn't cover, but they got the win. I had told y'all the Pelicans was going to cover that game. I thought they was going to win, but they did cover at least. The Mavs have won 2 straight at this point. In both games that they won, they scored over 130 points. So the boys been lighting the floor up. The boys been scoring a lot of points. I will say that. The Pistons have lost 3 straight. They won 2 straight before they lost this 3 straight, but they have lost these 3 straight, and they are looking in Phoenix to get a win and get back on track to get back to 500, in which they should be, and I think that they will do here at home against the Mavericks. I think that they're going to win this game and cover this spread. Give me the Pistons outright, plus 1.5, and outright on the money line. I like the Pistons to get back on track here. Next game up, we got the Denver Nuggets versus the Philadelphia 76ers. The spread here is at minus 8.5, and the over-under here is at 221. The Nuggets have lost 3 straight and getting scored on at will. I don't like how the Nuggets been looking this year. Michael Porter hasn't been looking good. Jamal Murray has been looking good. Joker is still the best center and one of the best bigs in the league, and has been for the past 5 seasons at least. Even with Joel MVPs, I think Jokic is still the best. The 76ers, on the other hand, they have won 4 straight. They haven't had Paul George, they haven't had Joel, but they have won their last 4 straight. And even though they don't look like a playoff team, and I don't think that they will be, because I think that at this trade deadline, they're going to make a lot of trades, or at least at bare minimum, wherever they finish off, they're going to try to ship off Paul George or Joel, no matter what. I just think they're going to start over. I believe that the Nuggets are going to get back on track here after losing their 3 straight, though, and they are going to cover this spread. And even though they're on the roll, they're going to cover this minus 8.5 spread. Give me the Nuggets on the line. Next up, we got the Chicago Bulls versus the Toronto Raptors. The spread here is at minus 3.5, and the over-under here is set at 231.5. The Raptors are on a 5-game winning streak. Yes, a 5-game winning streak. The weak ass Toronto Raptors, but I'm proud of them for being on a 5-game winning streak. I believe here, they don't normally have favorites. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're home or on the road, they don't normally have a favorite spread here. So this is what I'm paying attention to, and this is what I'm going to jump on and make sure to have you guys jump on too. It's going to be short and sweet because the Bulls are 2 out of their last 5 and been looking terrible. I don't know what's wrong with my Chicago Bulls and what's wrong with in the city of Chicago, but they're not winning. And it's time for them to make some trades, if anything. Give me the Toronto Raptors here on minus 3.5, and they cover their spread and get a 6 win here in a row at home. And they might blow the Bulls out. I wouldn't be surprised. Next game, well, we have the Boston Celtics versus the New Orleans Pelicans. The spread here is at minus 10.5, and the over-under here is set at 230. The Pelicans have lost 4 in a row, unfortunately, and they've been looking rough. Even though they lost their last game by 1 at home against the Mavericks, they still covered their plus 1.5 spread, which I told you guys to take. I'm glad that that covered. I thought they was going to win the game, but they lost by one. So they had another game this week that where they only lost by 4 points or so. So it's like their games are close, but they're not winning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that Zion is playing and is contributing and is helping his team, but still not winning. And winning is the only thing that matters here. The Celtics, on the other hand, they just got done beating up and winning by 22 points in their last game at home against the Chicago Bulls, which they were 14.5 spread favorites there. They covered no problem. They've been up and down this month and up and down within their last five as well. They lost against this Pelicans team actually. Oh no, I'm sorry, they won against this Pelicans team actually by 1 point last game at home. So them being here on the road with a big spread like that, I feel like the Boston Celtics are going to take care of another spread here, even though they're on the road. They only won by one this game, minus 10.5. This spread, give me Boston Celtics minus 10.5 on the road as they continue to roll. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks versus the San Antonio Spurs. Spread here is at minus 3.5, and over under here is at 231.5. The Spurs are one out of their last five, unfortunately. Only the win that they got was their first win in Paris when Wemby went back home to his home crowd out there in Paris, France, where they had 30-point victory against the Pacers. But then the very next game, turned around and got 30 piece to buy the Pacers. So it was a split, but it was an ugly split, unfortunately, on the back end. Since then, they still haven't been winning. In this very last game, Wemby got into a fight. Very unfortunate. But Wemby was an All-Star for the first time this year. So and they're really looking to make a big time splash trade here on a trade deadline, a blockbuster type trade to help Wemby out. Because me personally, I think he's going to be, of course, for the next 5 years, the best player in the league, the MVP. He's already going to win Defensive Player of the Year. That's a lock. So you got to get Wemby some help, no doubt. Can't let him waste his career, his young years at all in San Antonio when he's this great already. The Bucks, on the other hand, they have a lot of players on the game time decision. Giannis is a game time. Dame is a game time. Chris is a game time. All these game time decisions, which lets me believe that I don't think they're going to play because these are not players who even take their game time decisions lightly to even put on the game time decision list. So give me the Spurs plus 3.5 here at home as the Spurs try to get rid of that ugly only one game win out of the last five. Last but not least, we have the Phoenix Suns versus the Golden State Warriors. The spread here is at minus 1.5, and the over under here is set at 227.5. The Suns have three out of the last five. They just got done losing again to the Minnesota Timberwolves, which the same team that they lost to the playoffs to. So they took the game serious. It's just that the Minnesota Timberwolves just might be simply a better team all the way around, no matter what, against the Phoenix Suns. And Kevin Durant, my favorite player, the big brother of Anthony Edwards, just seemingly can't beat his little brother anymore and doesn't have the team to beat his little brother anymore. On the other hand, the Warriors have been getting back on track. They just got done winning their last three out of their last five. They just got done beating one of the top teams in the West, Oklahoma City, the leading MVP, SGA. Steph Curry got the best of this game. I told y'all if Steph Curry play, they was gonna cover that spread. I told you that's the only way. Steph Curry is going to put up if he has a big time matchup that night, and he ended up winning outright. Forget covering the spread; he won outright against Oklahoma City. So until the Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns show me that they can win big time games or close spreads, I'm not going to waste no time telling you guys to take them, or I'm not going to take them. Give me the Golden State Warriors minus 1.5 here, money line at home. Steph Curry gets the better stuff. Kevin Durant, unfortunately, here at home. Again, if you are new here, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment of your choice. If you are returning, thank you again for watching. I'll be back soon.